Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space where we discuss everything relationship and love. And I'm your host, Franca. Tonight on the show, I have Precious Oden and Chente Okoli, two very good sex therapists, not sexual, sex therapists. My mind is just telling me sexual, and it's Chente.
See there?
And it's
It's
Chente.
not me
Chente.
now.
It is Chente.
Hey,
Chente is you. I'm just
Chente
what did
is
I
you.
sexual.
do?
Chente is
What's
you.
going on? How are you guys?
I
Okay.
do. I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Today's conversation, I'm going to just keep quiet and get lectured.
Exactly.
I'm just going to keep quiet and get lectured by both of you.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are ready. And be ready for questions because I'm going to ask a lot of questions. Because
Yeah.
so one of the reasons why I thought of this was because a lot of people don't know what's going on with them. Nobody's
Yeah.
judging. It's just to create
Yeah.
awareness. People need to understand how they feel. People need to understand that if you're feeling a certain way, it is because there's something wrong with you. And if you're not good with whatever it is, then seek help. Do you understand? But it's do you understand? But it's worse off when you don't even know that there's okay, not a problem. It's worse off when you don't know that, there's a name that it's okay to feel the way you feel. Do you understand?
Uh,
Yes, it doesn't mean that you have a problem. It's okay to feel the way you feel, and it's okay to just be that person. Do you understand? Sometimes, I don't know. So today we're discussing asexual relationship expectations, right? And yes, asexual relationships expectations. First things first, we need to understand what asexual is. And then when we understand what that is, then we can begin to break it down to make people understand if love is required in relationships, right?
yeah.
Let's start with Precious. Precious, first things first, what's asexual? Asexuality.
Okay, so when we use the word asexual, so the spelling is Asexuael, UAL. Now, someone who is asexual is someone who has whose sex is not a priority. So these people are not sexually attracted to others. They don't feel any sexual desire. They can like somebody. Some can
Okay.
even go as far as dating somebody. But you see anything that has to do with sex, so kiss, caresses, and all of that, they don't feel it. And most times, people think it's because something is wrong with them. No, you're just an asexual being. And sometimes people think it's a phase. So they'll say, oh, it's a phase, it will pass. It is not a phase. It is just your sexual orientation. That is who you are. So sex is not a priority for people like this. Sex is not a necessity for them. They don't feel the same sexual desire that others feel.
Okay. Chente, what is asexuality? Chente. Chente. Chente is not here.
He's here, but
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said, what's your own opinion of asexuality?
Okay, so now I want to believe that asexuality is on a spectrum, right?
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
these people they do not experience sexual attraction, right? But the thing is that it doesn't mean that they don't want to connect with somebody or they don't want to love, right? Some people,
yeah.
in fact, most of them want romantic relationship that doesn't have to do with the sex bit.
Sex.
But now, the spectrum of asexuality is that there are still people that most times they still want some form of sexual intimacy, but it is not at the it is not at the forefront. And when I was trying to learn this, I just learned that it's on a spectrum, right? There are still some people that they want a little bit of sexual connection, right? They want a little bit of sexual intimacy, but not as the regular couples would actually want it. Do you understand, right? So theirs can be once in a while, right? They want to experience some sexual pleasure, but it is not as, as frequent as the regular couples would want it. Yeah. But we
Okay.
can say that asexuality is a form of, or are people who do not really have some form of sexual attraction, but they still want to love, they still want to connect with you. They want to do every other single thing that people do in relationship minus the sex bits. So yeah.
Okay, so you know why I wanted us to have this conversation? I think here we've had conversation regarding compatibility and yes, regarding compatibility and matching people's energy.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree that some people could be asexual but they do not know?
Very true.
Oh,
In
yes,
fact,
very true.
in fact, a lot of people are, but they don't know. It's
Because
true.
sometimes they feel, oh, I am tired. They feel it's because they are overwhelmed. Do you know that?
Yeah.
It's possible they feel that, oh, they're overwhelmed or this, they're tired. So, because that's why when I was thinking about it, I just said, you know what? It's possible that a lot of people have this, but do not identify with it.
Yeah.
And then they hide under the disguise, oh, they've been working, you need to do this, you need to prep me, you need to get me into the mood. Do you know, things like that? Because they feel that, it's not something that just happens. So you need to prep them, you need to get them into the mood and all that. I personally think that, all these things are in sync, you understand? Because I really can't, you understand, explain it. Which is why I'm of the opinion that we need to break it down. Let people understand that, okay, this is what asexuality is. It's not something to be shy about. It's not something that is
No.
bad. You only need to
Yeah.
understand it and then be
Understand.
intentional. If you know that because I want to believe that some people are like that, but it's not by choice.
Yeah.
They want
It's an
more.
orientation. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Is it
agree, yeah.
orientation? Is it orientation? So it could be orientation could be part of it, not necessarily all the time. They might even want more, but you see, that's where they say the body is willing, but the mind is not there.
Yeah.
I mean, the mind is
That's
there,
where
but
the
the body
pressure
is
to
not. No, I
conform
think it's the
comes in.
mind that is there, but the body is not willing. Do you
The body is
understand?
not there.
The body is not there. Exactly. So, what I want us to do today is break it down so that people who find themselves in this space know that, oh, there are things you can do. That's if you are intentional to say, you know what, I want to get out of this space because I'm with someone who is actually very nice, very loving and all that. And I want to be able to experience certain things with this person. But I just find that I'm not able to do it because, you understand, there's this thing holding me back. So we have identified what asexuality is or asexual is. How does it affect relationships? Because people are in relationships, they don't know, and they have expectations.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, actually. Now, I feel like, because again, a lot of people want sexual intimacy in relationships. And the truth is that intimacy is one of the things that connects us together in one way or the other, right?
True.
It connects us together, especially, sexual intimacy. And I feel like most of the times, a lot of people feel like they are cheated. I mean, maybe I want it all the time, you don't want it all the time. Sex is, especially for a couple or for or if one party is like sexually active, right? I'm trying to understand, why is it this person? Some of the times it may even lead to insecurity. Is it that I'm not good enough? Is it that, you understand? Is it that they don't like my body? Do you understand? Like they will now be questioning themselves whether they're at fault, or is it that this person doesn't just like sex with me? Or is it that if this person is not having sex with me, maybe they're having sex outside with somebody? That's where the cheating thing comes in. If they're not having sex with you, maybe they're having sex outside with somebody, right? I think that, this topic is something that we need to talk about, right? People need to understand and, just reflect, right? Talk about it in relationships more because it's causing a lot of problem than we actually talk about. And people are not even honest to say, this is how I am, because maybe they don't want to be seen as, less or, or broken, that they may not have as much desires as people would have, and they don't want us, they don't want that stigma, and so they don't even talk about it.
So how do you identify that you are asexual?
Precious, please.
Okay, so one of the ways, so like Chente said from the beginning, people who are asexual can be on the spectrum. Now, the reason why we say they're on the spectrum is they can feel some form of emotional intimacy with you, but they don't necessarily want to do the physical intimacy part of it.
Exactly.
So you see people those people who are, they like this person, so in relationships, male and female, they like each other, they want to spend time together, they find common activities to do, so shared activities, shared likes, they do so many things together. But once it gets to the physical intimacy aspect, so they can hug you, they can shake you, they can give you a pat on the back. But once it has to do with kissing, and there is the regular one, you have kissed and you have gone your way, and there is the real intimate one. So once they know that it is kissing or caressing, touching body parts, and then, getting under the sheets, it's not as if it repulses them. No, they are not just feeling it. Now, the problem is because of the pressure to conform, which we have been unintentionally groomed for over the years.
Yeah.
You will not find that person faking the moan. So the man is kissing the woman is the asexual being. And instead of, just staying there like a block of wood, she's now twisting and turning as if she's enjoying it. Meanwhile, she's not.
Yeah.
She's not feeling it. It's not even about the enjoyment. She's not, there is this ecstasy. There's this happiness that comes with physical intimacy. Asexual beings don't experience it.
Yeah.
So once you get to that point where the kisses don't entice you.
No, but I think I think this is a very sensitive topic. You know why I say that? Yes,
it is.
Because you mentioned something that the part at the kissing part, and that sometimes your kissing is very repulsing. You understand? It's repulsive. And the truth is, there are people, and I think I'm part of that, I'm that class of people, that in my head, I have to be really, really, really attracted to you, or I have to really, really like you to kiss you. Because the thought of even allowing your spit touch my mouth.
Changing bodily fluids.
It is so bad that I can't share bottles. Do you understand? But that doesn't make me asexual.
No. So the thing is,
you know why I say, but you know why I say that. So let me land this. So I know that even if I can tolerate you, and I notice that you are that person that maybe you have, fluid coming out of you, a lot of things, you understand, irritate me.
Yeah.
And this is not, I think it's just has to do with growing up, you understand? In fact, I remember growing up, if you eat with your hand and you want me to eat, I'll go get a knife or cutlery to cut that part where your hand.
To divide the food.
Yes. I can't use cutlery with someone else. But as I grew older, you understand, I started dropping most of these things, you understand, started having kids and all that. But my point is, there are people like that. And you'll be shocked that maybe they're with a partner who is always very sweaty, that's hygiene though, do you understand? Or there's something. And then you now begin to feel very, irritated by these things. And because of that, you find out that the urge to be around that person is actually reducing. Does that make me asexual?
Oh no, thank God you use the word urge. Now, these asexual beings don't have the urge. They don't experience it. So when you are even talking about it, they don't know what you mean.
No, but
If these
Chente
people
said,
are,
no, but Chente said there are some people, that's why it's on a spectrum, because there's a spectrum to it,
yes,
because there are some
yes.
people who actually want to experience some of these things. And you see, what you know why I say it's a bit it's dicey, because now I think I'm asexual, and then along the line I meet somebody. It happens, because they can actually fall in love.
Yes,
they do.
do.
They do.
They do.
So, and I meet, and you know that when it comes to loving someone, you don't have control. Because of the way you
Yeah.
feel about this person, you might just end up wanting that person to cuddle you. Before you know, you might just want to start kissing that person, not necessarily because, there are some things you do not necessarily because it's something you want, but you are just led to do it because of how you feel.
But asexual beings don't feel that way. That's where the challenge, let me use that word, is.
So
they
how
don't
do you
feel as we feel.
Okay, so if you fall in love and then you're asexual, you fall in love not with your child, not with your family member, you fall in love with an individual who now loves you as well, but is not asexual. And the person touches you. So the person is touching you, the person is caring for you. There are sometimes you cuddle people not because you want to have sex. You actually cuddle them because you want them to be safe. You want them to feel safe. Do you understand? It has nothing, it's not sex related. It is when you now begin, so at that point when you're doing that to the person, it's not sex related. How does the asexual person feel?
So,
okay.
okay.
Chente.
No, please go ahead.
I'm going to ask a lot of
Okay,
questions because why I'm asking a lot of questions.
Now we're going to be answering this.
I think this is new to a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
So we
it
actually
is.
need to break it down so that people understand, because people need to know where they fit in, and so that you don't think you're confused. Because I could say this and somebody say this one is confused or is trauma, because it can be mistaken for trauma.
Yes,
True.
it can be mistaken for trauma.
In fact, there are a lot of people out there who are actually traumatized, but they feel like they are asexual.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we actually need to
There are a lot
break
of
it
people
down.
that have been possibly abused,
Okay.
that have been raped, that have been raped, and because of that thought, right, because of the after effects of trauma, right, they feel like they are asexual, but they may not be asexual.
Okay, so
back
back to the question here.
So now what you were saying was, so now this is it. That you are asexual doesn't mean you can't have sex.
Exactly.
What it just means is you will not enjoy it the way your partner does.
Exactly.
The scale of enjoyment will be different. Do you know, if you love someone, you will do things to make that person happy? Exactly. Now, this is where communication comes in. I'm not saying deceive your partner and start faking that you really want to have sex with them and get intimate with them. No. Have a discussion. Let the person understand that, look, I'm not the time, this is who I am, this is how I feel about sex. But sex is important to you, so I probably would do it. Now, it's not, so there's a difference between two people who are, sexually attracted to each other. So there's this, sexual ecstasy, all the tension leading up to when you finally have sex and all of that. Asexual people don't have time for all that drama, because they're only doing it to please you. They are not personally getting any pleasure out of it, but because of their love towards you, because love is not only sexual, there are so many components of love. They can feel all the other components except the sexual component. Okay. Sex is not a priority or a necessity for them, but it doesn't mean that they won't engage in it.
But wait, let me now come back.
Someone who they have fallen in love with.
Okay. Well, let me also come back. I
So
know
if they are
that
in a regular relationship and they don't love you, you go try tire, they won't sleep with you.
okay, so but let me now come back to that. I know for a fact, I've had conversations, and I know there are people who engage what sex, the whole essence of sex to them, what makes them enjoy sex is that they are satisfying the other person.
Their partner,
Mhm.
yes.
That's the climax for them.
Yes.
Do you understand? So for that kind of person, the person is not having sex because, oh, it makes me, you understand? The truth is, if you look at it, it's just, you see, that's why I say they have different individuals, because,
So I feel like,
no, let me land this. So
okay,
there are people that, for them, they think, you see, we're all different. I'm trying to be very, very, I don't want to use direct, but I want us to, I want to actually land this so that we all understand, and I want to be very precise. There are people who actually have sex. It's not like they don't enjoy sex, but for them, the whole idea of sex for them is making sure that their partner
It's satisfied.
is
be
satisfied.
satisfied.
That's climax
Yeah.
for them.
Yes.
And they can do without sex, really. Do you understand? So it's not like it's a do or die, but guess what? If you call them, they're ready. Do you understand? They won't say no if they like. As in, if my partner calls me to say, oh, let's have sex, I will not say no. But when I'm going into it, I am doing it because I want to finish you, so that tomorrow you will say, man, this girl, you sabi. Do you understand the picture I'm trying to create
Yeah.
here?
Yeah. Yeah.
For that kind of person, she can do without it. But it doesn't mean that when she's having sex, because her whole aim is to make sure that she finishes the person that she's with, that's climax for her. So in her head, once she's able to achieve that, that's the best sex she's had. Do you understand? It is not about if she comes or not.
Yeah, it's to please the other
It's to
person.
please the other person. And again, that is what is climax for her. So that means that with the fact that she's able to achieve that means that she's had a very great sex.
Yeah.
And it happens to a lot of people.
True.
Would that person be classified as asexual?
No.
Okay. Now, there are people as well, because you know why I'm asking this question? Because Precious mentioned that if you're in love with someone and you want to make the person happy, do you understand? That is something you would want to engage in it, because it's not because you don't feel anything, but you just want to do it because
Please
your
the other
partner
person,
wants
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Now, how do we know if they feel? What do you mean they don't feel anything? Precious, what do you mean by they don't feel? Because the truth is, they might not be excited, but they feel something. Right? Or are you saying they don't come? Because if the partner is intentional to say, you don't feel anything, but you must come. Do you understand? So how does it work? Because if your partner is able to make you come, how would you say you don't feel anything?
Okay, so when it has to do with if a sexual being is the male.
I don't want to make it about male or female.
No, because climax is different for male and female.
Okay.
We know that as it has to do with sex, women don't come all the time. So
Okay.
so the way I want to put it is, it's easier to know when a man has come than when a woman has come or has not come.
Okay.
Men can't fake their ejaculation. You go see the semen, you can view it.
Okay.
But for women, it can be faked. That the partner will not know that this person did not actually climax. She just went through the motions of climax.
Okay.
So this person who is, first of all, we've said this person who is having sex to make the other partner happy and then climaxes herself, she's not asexual. Because sex is giving her joy. A sexual being, sex is not their priority. It's not what gives them joy.
You don't get it. It is not so. See, it is not giving them joy. It's not the sex. It's that if she's satisfying someone else.
No, that's
the fact. So see it here. The fact that it's satisfying someone else is also satisfying her. That is satisfying someone else. Do you understand?
So if that is what it, no, then if that is what it is, then the person asexual shouldn't have sex because she's actually trying to satisfy a partner. That's why she's even engaging in it. Yes. You say you don't want to have sex. It doesn't drive you, but because you are in love with someone.
True.
But because you are in love with someone, you are in love with someone. So you want to do something to make that person happy. That's why you're engaging in it.
See.
And sex is not the only way to make your partner happy.
Exactly.
You don't get my point. You want to make your partner happy because that's what your partner likes. And then you are in love with the person. I'm saying this, I'm asking this question based on your definition, Precious.
No, see. You know, Franca, in the beginning, you had mentioned something, right? And what you had mentioned was that there are people who derive their pleasure from pleasuring others. Mm-hmm. You mentioned that. I want to keep that aside.
Okay.
Now, asexual people, on the other hand, we can say that if at all they want to engage in sexual activities, it is to please their partner. There is no pleasure coming to them from doing that. But the definition that you're trying to give for the other person is that, now see, I am possibly a dominant person, right? Maybe my pleasure will come from me pleasuring you. That is different from when I want to pleasure you because I know that it's important and you want this.
Let's not, pleasure is pleasure. Let's not say, because it gives you, You know why I say that? You said the asexual, you understand, is engaging in it. Because clearly you said asexuals can actually engage in sex, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And the only reason they engage is to please their partner.
No, wait, sorry. I had mentioned something earlier, right? I said that this asexual thing is on a spectrum. Yes. And what I mean by that is that there are actually asexuals that, when I was explaining earlier, I said that there are asexuals that they would, time to time, not as regularly, they would want to engage in sexual activity.
Why?
From time to time. Sometimes from time to time, maybe not regularly, they would want to engage in sexual activity.
And I want to answer, why do they engage?
It doesn't mean that they actually hate sex.
No, so good. So but when they engage, do they derive pleasure?
Not all.
Yes.
Some do, some don't.
Do you understand what? So you understand what I'm trying to clear here?
Yes.
Exactly.
Some don't.
Okay. And then the ones who don't, they engage in it because they want to please someone else, right?
Please, exactly.
And that's what, that they are pleasing someone else is what satisfies them at that point in time.
Will I use the word satisfaction?
It's satisfaction.
Maybe. Do you understand?
So
I don't want to use the word
let me tell you why I said satisfaction. Because if I know that my whole aim is to please you because of the way I feel about you.
It's like a compromise.
Yes. So compromise, but there's a bit of satisfaction. I have tried. I have done something. Yes.
You know what compromise is saying? Is that I'm going to let go of what I feel just so that I can satisfy you. It doesn't necessarily mean
but Chente, compromise not under duress or being forced. When you're compromising out of your own free will.
You're not being forced.
You're not being forced to do it.
Free will.
It's your free will.
That's what I'm saying now. It's still is
No,
that
Chente,
regardless, to make this
no.
relationship work,
No, Chente,
because
no.
of I actually love you,
No,
I want to
Chente,
do
no.
this.
There are compromises that you do out of love and it makes you happy. There are compromises that you
Okay,
will
yeah,
do.
so I like this word happy, not dissatisfaction. It makes them happy.
But if you're happy, see, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. So let's not, you see, the English word is funny.
Asexual people have left the group chat.
Do you understand? But the truth, so that's why we need, so you see why I'm saying there's a thin line.
Yes, there is.
Because we need to identify. So, and that's why I say some people are confused about, because I was confused about it, which is why I'm asking all these questions, because you have different kinds of people. Now, Precious, in your explanation, you said the man must come. You will know the man will ejaculate and the rest of it. So when the man does that, is there no pleasure? If the guy is the one who is asexual and he comes, what happens?
He feels pleasure, no? He feels pleasure. It's a biological response now.
So what are we?
So he will feel, okay, no, he'll feel relief. No, of course he would feel pleasure.
You guys.
Some people may experience physical pleasure and some may not.
Are we not just making life complicated?
No,
are we not making life complicated?
Now, English language, they call
See what
this
I want
problem
us to
for us.
understand, right? See what I want us to understand. We are saying that you see this sex thing when it comes for asexual people, right? I'm not saying that some of them actually like sex, some of them do not like sex, but we are saying that it is not as frequent as the normal couple. That's what we are trying to say.
And I agree with you,
The
Chente.
normal traditional couple would want to, go every time. It is not as frequent as them.
And I agree with you, but I also want to establish the fact that not everybody who doesn't engage in sex all the time is asexual as well.
Exactly.
No, of course not. Of course not. People will not engage in sex for personal reasons, spiritual reasons, and all.
So that's why I'm trying to establish a fact, because wait, Precious, if people who are asexual actually will still, like for the men, will still come and feel relieved. There's this 1 minute enjoyment, whether you are asexual or not. So what's the difference? So a guy is asexual, and he doesn't have sex frequently, but he will still come. And there's another guy who is not asexual, doesn't have sex all the time, still has the same feeling when he comes. So how would you tell the difference?
The level of the enjoyment is different. I think
how do you know the level of enjoyment?
We'll carry ruler, go check.
Chente, how do you know the level of enjoyment?
So I don't think it's the level of enjoyment, to be understand. I think it's the mindset about it, to be honest, right? I think it's the mindset about it. The guy who doesn't, so the guy that is not asexual, that doesn't have sex frequently, at least when he thinks about sex, you understand, there's like a connection to it. That's the word, connection to it. That is the word I'm trying to get.
Okay,
the connection
asexuals
towards
don't have
connection.
Pleasure.
Asexual people, they may not have connection towards sexual pleasure, but the guy who is not asexual but doesn't have sex all the time, when he thinks about it, there is a connection to it. That is the word.
Connection.
Let's
quickly go on a break. When we come back, we'll connect and know who is actually asexual among all of us.
Stay tuned. Heartlines will be right back.
This season on Heartlines, we're committed to making a difference in people's lives. So Heartlines, in partnership with Veda Consult, is offering 12 free slots of counseling every quarter for people in need of professional counseling. Additionally, we're taking on 2 pro bono cases for individuals navigating a challenging divorce. To participate, please send an email to counsel@vedaconsult.com with your story. Our team will carefully review all submissions and will contact all the shortlisted candidates. Heartlines is live Mondays to Fridays at 10 p.m. So engage with us.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light for my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria's energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we will analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Thanks for staying with us on Heartlines.
Okay, so please note that you can share your story with us via WhatsApp number 08190384663 or call in to join the conversation on 07025007749 or 07014242420. And please, 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 please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. Okay, Chente. So what's the word? Chente, so you're saying the word is connection. Asexuals are not sexually connected.
This thing go hard to explain.
When they think about it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. You know why?
Like, so possibly the excitement, like all of the things that a normal, and I'm using in quote normal because it doesn't mean that the asexual people are not normal, right? The typical person would feel when it comes to, sexual pleasure,
Okay,
it
but
doesn't
Chente,
excite them as much.
Okay, but I want to believe that it is not sex that excites you. It's the person you're with that is exciting.
For some people, Frankie.
But it's true. So let me explain what I mean. Now, you're with somebody. You find out that you think sex is great. You now go with someone else. You're with someone else. You now find out that you are outdoing yourself with this other person.
Franca, how about people that, How about people that now? For some people is the act. Maybe for some people is the person, right? Because there are people that every single day they carry different people that they don't know them.
But guess what? They carry different people, they sleep with them, but the sex is not the same.
That means it's the act that they are looking for.
No, you don't get my point. When you mean excitement, it is the person that gives that excitement. It's not sex. Precious, do you understand what I'm trying to say here? Now, Chente, look at what I'm saying. That you sleep with A, B, and C, your experience is different. Do you understand? And then if you have to sleep with A, B, and C again, because of the experience you had with 3 of them, you'll find out that there's a particular person that you're excited about having sex with. Do you understand? It is not the same for 3. You don't feel the same for 3 of them. Which is why I say that it is the person, the excitement is about the person you're with. It might not even be the sex. that is making you excited about being the person. It's because of the way the person cares about you. It's because of the way the person makes you feel around them. You guys are sex therapists. If you understand, I'm sure you understand what I mean. Because you will be with A, you understand? You claim you. Funny enough, you can even have that connection with somebody who you don't love. Do you agree?
We can't hear you.
I said you can. Did you hear me, Precious?
You said you have the connection with someone you don't love.
Exactly. It could just be. So, have you noticed that most times, let's not, I don't want to make it about cheating. But do you know that most times, the way the people who cheat feel about the person at home is different from the way they feel with the person they're cheating with. But they will tell you that they love their wife or they love their husband. Do you guys understand? So that's the way they feel about sex is because of that particular person. Chente, why I say this is, you said that you are saying that is the excitement and all. Chente, somebody is asexual now because they are with this person. Trust me, if that person meets someone else that, you understand, just takes their breath away, I don't know how the person is going to do it. It might just be how the person speaks.
Now we have gone out of, because the thing is that if somebody is asexual, they are asexual. There's no amount of dick. There's no amount of vagina. Do you understand? If somebody is asexual, they are asexual.
It is not about vagina or dick. It's about how the person treats them.
No, see, if the person leaves that relationship and enters another relationship and is now enjoying sex, then that person was never asexual. Maybe the other partner was not just sexually compatible with the. Would you understand? Like, maybe there was a sexual problem.
Okay, so again, you will have agreed that there's a spectrum to this, because there are people who enjoy sex, are very good at sex, and they're asexual. Yes or no?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. You went off.
I said there are people. I said, so let's leave it that there's a spectrum to this thing, because there are people who are very good at sex, enjoy sex, but they are asexual.
No.
Yes.
How can there be good at the whole concept of being asexual is that
them, they are not so, there are no emotions. I'm here because I want to have sex.
Asexual people don't want to have sex.
You said what? No.
It's not a priority to them.
No. Chente said there are some that would have sex. It might not be all the time, but they would have sex.
Hey, God.
Yes.
Good.
But
and guess what?
Statement.
No. See, when
your
I mean
statement is different from what
No. That I didn't say they have it all the time. I said they are very good at it. So when if they are having it once a year, you see that once a year, they go
finish work.
They go finish work. Yes. So would you say that person is not asexual?
We can say that.
That what?
That the person is asexual, yes.
Exactly.
We can.
So the person if the person says, I'm going to have sex, or usually I have sex 6 times in a year. Or, no, let's not make a year. I have sex once every month. Because, do you understand? But that once every month, he or she makes sure that they give it everything. They're enjoying exactly what it is they are giving. They are good at it. No strings that they don't care about. If the person goes, if the person is gone, no problem. I don't miss you, I go to the next person. It's not a problem.
But you see, I think so I feel like maybe it's the way you are actually saying it. Maybe it's the way you actually
No,
say
you know why?
it.
Is it no? So see, it's not about. So leave the way I'm saying it, because the truth is we cannot be so sure about how these people feel. So,
True.
Chente,
I
if I'm
agree.
asexual and I feel a certain way, doesn't mean the next person who is asexual will feel exactly the same way I
Very
feel.
true.
No.
Very true.
Exactly.
Again, as we said, it's in a spectrum.
It's in a spectrum. So, so the thing is, that means even the person who needs you to walk her through for a week is asexual, but in a different spectrum. Do we agree? Because if you're
Precious, do you
comparing,
agree?
Yes.
because if you are comparing that person to the person who is ever ready, do you get my point? Then somebody, I have to prep you for 1 week. There's some people you need to prep for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. So what would you call those kind of people?
Okay, so we've established that some asexual people can experience pleasure during sex. Doesn't mean that it has to be all the time.
Yes.
And that they can have sex for various reasons.
Thank
It
you.
must not always be. For instance, there are people who are in marriages who need to have children, but they are asexual. So they are going to have sex because they want to have kids.
And while they're having it, they will enjoy it.
If they are the ones that derive
It's
pleasure
enjoyment.
from
It's okay.
if they are the ones that derive pleasure from, because like Franca is saying, I totally understand there are so many different ways that people experience being asexual. So yes, if some people do it for the intimacy purpose, this is the only way I feel close to my partner. Since I cannot, my partner might not really understand me except this way. Because if you know, it's going to be really difficult when an asexual person meets somebody who wants to engage in sex all this. You know, this life no balance. Life will just match two people together that when you look at it mathematically, they are not supposed to be together.
Yeah.
And they are going to try to make it work. So that's where the compromise we're talking about comes. So the asexual person will say, look, to keep my partner happy, whether I'm enjoying it or not, does not matter. I want to keep my partner happy because I love this person. Like she said, it's not for the sex, it's for the excitement is for the person you're in the relationship with.
True.
Or in the marriage with. Depending on, you know, what you people are doing. So
and based on the
sexuality is not a single experience.
And based on the
it's
fact
something that you will keep experiencing. Yes.
Exactly. And then for the guys, whether you like it or not, see, the excitement for the guy is the minute he's coming. Whether he's asexual, whether he's
because that's biology.
That's biology. So there must be that relief.
So, can I say something and also maybe share an experience?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, you know, the thought of this topic actually brought me to a sense of, you know, of a client that I had a few months ago, right? And, you know, he came in and at that point, he came in and he was just at the point where he didn't know what was wrong with him, right? Now, this person was at the point where a lot of ladies that he had dated, they were calling him gay because he wasn't making the sexual, you know,
advances.
Yes, exactly. And you know that in some relationships, or we can say majority of relationships, is possibly the guy that always make the sexual advances. Now, this guy, if any lady comes near him, he's gonna run away. Like he said that he has never ever felt sexual attraction for a lady, right? Now, it doesn't mean that he has actually kissed a lady, he has actually, you know, hugged a lady, he has cuddled a lady, but when it comes to the sex bit, he has never ever, you know, had that type of experience, right? And he left him shattered because he didn't know. A lot of people have said, hey, maybe you're gay or you're bisexual. Do you understand? Because he said regardless, he has even tried to even say, let him even swing the other way, but nothing. Like, he's not attracted to men, he's only attracted to women, right? And so this went on for a while. I mean, he's in his 30s, right? So it has gone on for a while. And so in the course of therapy, right, he came in, he was confused, he didn't know what to do, he didn't know what to feel. At a point, he was even saying whether he's broken. Do you understand? Because why would a guy? In fact, to the point
What
where he
have
has even,
urge?
do you understand? To the point where he has even told some of his male friends, and it has now turned to a theme of shame, where they are shaming him. Do you understand? Some of the girls that he has even started talking to this period, when it comes to sex, he will ghost them because, you know, they're like, guy, how far now, you know? And so he came, you know, and in the process of therapy, I think we now got to that point. We're now exploring, we explored trauma. Maybe it was even trauma. Do you understand? Maybe your first sexual experience, and it was like, you know, he had never had anything that concerns trauma, right? And so I felt like maybe this person would be on the spectrum. But the reason I'm actually saying this is that there are people who, regardless of, you know, because I feel like we've been talking about people that derive pleasure, people that don't derive pleasure. I feel like there are people who, their own is that, like, anything, these guys said that, right? He can, again, he has kissed a lady, but when it comes to any lady making sexual advances, like touching him, he would run away to that point, right? So I feel like there are people who are experiencing this on a deeper level, where they now feel like maybe there is actually something fundamentally wrong with them. They feel like they are broken. They feel like, you know, that maybe something is wrong with them. So in those cases, what do we say to those people?
Okay, so you know,
Okay,
honestly,
so let me quickly
okay.
answer this.
Okay.
Asexuality is not a single experience, and we have three categories. Basically, they are the main categories of asexual people. So when categorizing them, you need to know where your client falls under. Now, we have the people who are typical asexual. Those ones are lacking sexual attraction. They can be attracted to somebody, normal attraction, but when it has to do with sexual attraction, it's not there. Then we have the demisexual. Now, the demisexuals are people who feel sexual attraction only after they have known that person. They have formed an
emotionally
emotional
connected with that person.
Yes. Then we have the people we call gray A. These ones, sexual attraction is very rare for them to feel it. It's the ones in a while people, or under specific or special circumstances. So you need to understand where your client fits in. And you also need to find out, because what you might be looking out for as his sexual attraction might not be what he is categorizing as sexual attraction. So you need to understand the English with which he talks about pleasure, satisfaction. You need to understand the kind of words he uses to describe. For instance, you can ask him, what's your favorite food? He tells you, oh, my favorite food is rice and beans. How do you feel when eating rice and beans? Watch out for the words he says.
Okay, so but I want to ask a question.
We
have 2 minutes. We have less than 2 minutes, but I want to ask a question. So, but
yeah.
I want to. Is it possible for you to know? Is it not after sex that you're able to tell if you are interested or not, or if it excites you or not?
No, sex doesn't just happen like that. There are things that lead up to sex.
I'm saying as per for the asexual. So is it not if I have sex and I say, what's the hype about this thing? This thing doesn't interest me.
No. These ones, they don't even have the sexual attraction. So while you are talking, they don't understand what you're saying.
So they have never experienced sex?
Exactly.
Never.
Okay. So, but what happens the day it happens?
Who said it will ever happen?
So that means there are people that will die without having sex.
Yes, yeah. Now we have them now, plenty. Eunuchs, self-acclaimed eunuchs.
No, eunuchs, don't compare them with eunuchs, because those ones we know they chose to, not because they don't want. They just say, you know what, it's a spiritual choice thing.
Okay, so that's why from the beginning I said it's an orientation. There are some people who that is how they are. That's all that they know. Okay. That is how they are living their life. There are some who along the way, based on the way they feel that it can change. Oh, yes, if I have it once in a while, I'm good, but I don't want to have it regularly. There are people who go without sex for 4 years, 5 years.
Okay, so but clearly, but wait. So, but somebody just sent a message now and saying, but it is completely different from the lady who is rigid. You know, there are some people who are very stiff.
No, frigid yes. Women are different. And there are so many reasons why a woman can be frigid. Okay. We can decide to have another conversation concerning that so that we can go deeply into it.
Okay, but it's completely different. So, but I'm sure it's completely different.
People. Yes.
Okay. So today is Friday. Husbands and wife are watching. Please, your last message to people who are watching regarding sexuality and how it affects relationship. We have less than 2 minutes.
Okay, so
I will just say, go. No, don't worry.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, right, have those conversations, right? Be sincere. It is not a shame, regardless of how you feel. If you're in a relationship, so that the other person doesn't feel cheated or they don't start making up things in their head. Oh, you're not having sex with me, you're having sex with another person. Or is it that I'm not good in bed? You understand? Have those conversations. I feel like it's when we are open and we are honest that we can now even find solutions or even try to meet at a middle point. So be sincere. Have those open conversations.
I think for me, I want to go and check myself. I want to know whether I'm really asexual. I need to go and check with the information you guys have given me. I want to go and test some things and know whether I'm asexual or not. So, but we need to go. I think we're out of time. So we'll see you guys on Precious. We're having the same set. Special, we'll see you on Tuesday. Chente, we'll see you on Monday. We're having the same set. Special, we'll see you on Tuesday. Chente, we'll see you on Monday. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah. Bye.